Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, wish you a very happy Diwali 2024. आज के इस वीडियो में हम एक स्टूडेंट का डाउट सॉल्व करेंगे. इनका नाम है सिमरनजोत सिंह और इनको डाउट है सेंटर ऑफ मास ऑफ टू पार्टिकल सिस्टम में. तो आज इन्हीं के इस डाउट को क्लियर करेंगे इस वीडियो में. Okay, so let's start with it. See, if I take here two particles of mass m1 and then another particle of mass m2. Now these can be two particles, like two very tiny particles, or it can be two spherical masses also. Now the distance between these two masses is, let's say, r. R is the distance between two masses. If I give you any example of such thing, so if you imagine Earth and Moon system, imagine Earth and Moon. Earth and Moon is also an example of two particle system. Or if you can take imagination of suppose HCl molecule or any diatomic molecule like HCl. So H is like one particle and Cl is like another particle. So diatomic molecule or Earth Moon system, they are the examples of two particle system. Now suppose the center of mass of these two particle system is, let us suppose here. Let's say this is the center of mass of these two particle system. Now distance of this center of mass from M1 is, let's say, R1, and distance of Cm from M2 is R2. Okay, clear? So this Cm is a center of mass of this two particle system. Okay. Now we have to find this R1, R2 only basically. Now for this, one simple method is there. What do you do? See, you imagine that M1 is placed at the origin. Suppose M1 is at origin, and this way I draw x-axis. Okay. Okay. No need to draw y or z axis. Only x-axis would be sufficient to draw here. So suppose M1 is at origin, and this way I draw x-axis. Now, since M1 is at origin, the coordinates of M1 would be 0, 0. Now, look at Cm. Cm is at a distance R1 from origin. So, coordinates of Cm would be R1, 0. These are the coordinates of Cm. Now, where is M2? M2 is present at a R distance from origin. No? So, coordinates of M2 will be R, 0. Okay. So, I have written just coordinates of M1, M2 and Cm. Now, we all know one formula that right? Suppose here many particles are there. Let's say third particle also there, M3, M4. So this formula can be extended to the n number of particles, plus M3, X3, plus M4, X4. This formula we can continue this for any number of particles. But since here it's only two particles, right? Okay. M1 and M2. So this formula I will write only up to M2. Now, M1, you take mass of M1 here. X1 is a coordinate of M1. See this coordinate, which is 0. So X1 you have to put 0 here. M2 is this mass. And X2 is a coordinate of M2. This is how much? R here. So R will come here. Divide by M1 plus M2. Right? It's the x coordinate of center of mass. If you see what's the x coordinate of center of mass, it's R1. So this will become R1. Okay. So here we got R1 equals to M2 into R divided by M1 plus M2. This formula coming. Okay. See to it. Okay. This is a main formula in this center of mass of two particle system. Okay. Understand this formula, that is more important. Without understanding this formula, you can't solve numericals on it, even though you know formula. So understand it first. Understanding means, if you look at this R1, R1 is the distance of Cm from the first particle, from M1. But in the formula of R1, see, M2 is appearing in the numerator, see. Means opposite particle is appearing. See, in the formula of R1, it's coming M2, right? So M2 divided by total mass M1 plus M2 into total distance R, small r coming here. Okay. Now from total distance R, if you subtract R1, you can get R2, right? See, from R, if you subtract R1, you will get R2. This you can understand. Okay, so now on just substituting this R1 here, we can get R2 also. Okay, so just directly I'm writing, but we can get it by putting here this R1. You have to just substitute here. Okay, you'll get R2 as this much. So in the formula of R2, M1 will come, and in the formula of R1, M2 appeared. Remember? So formulas, you keep it in mind. So R1 is given by M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into total R. Okay, these two formulas you just check carefully. Okay, now some extra points regarding this center of mass of two particle system I am telling. See, suppose this is first equation, this is second. Okay, if I just divide these two equations, okay, if I just divide these two equations, so in dividing I will get R1 upon R2, divide it first and second, you will get equal to M2 upon M1. Everything else would get cancelled. Okay. Now do the cross multiplication, you will get M1 R1 equals to M2 R2. This we are going to get. Okay, this formula, okay, if you see carefully, from this formula we can get some information. From this formula we can get this information that center of mass lies very near to the heavier particle. Out of M1, M2, whichever particle is heavy, center of mass lies near the heavier particle. See, for example, if suppose, take an example that suppose this M1 is 10 grams and M2 is just 1 gram. Okay, so suppose R1, it comes out to be 4. Okay, so it's 10 into 4, it becomes 40. So here R2 has to be 40 because left hand side should come equal to right hand side. So see, this M1 I took 10, means it's a heavy mass. So R1 came only 4, means from this heavier mass, center of mass is only at 4 centimeter away. But R2 coming 40, means CM is 40 away from the M2. From this, we can understand that center of mass lies near the heavier particle. The particle whose M is smaller, R will be larger. The one whose M is larger, R would be smaller. So from this we can understand that center of mass lies near the heavier particle. Okay. Okay. Now for example, in case of Earth and Moon system also, if I take this as Earth and this as Moon. Okay. It is also two particle system. Here, can you understand that where the CM will lie, where the center of mass will lie? Obviously, center of mass will lie near the Earth because Earth is more heavier. In fact, the reality is that the center of mass of this Earth and Moon system lies inside the Earth here somewhere. Inside the Earth it lies. Yes, that's the reality. So CM lies always near the heavier particle. In case of Earth and Moon, it lies inside the Earth because Earth is heavy, that's why. Okay, so I hope Simranjot, your doubt is clear to you. Okay, soon we will meet in the next video with some new concept. Okay.